One team that has turned itself into a real clown fiesta during the summer break is Alpine. It goes without saying that their moves and strategies have made them the laughingstock of F1, but some of the facts that are related to this team will literally shock you. For example, did you know that Alpine hasn't hired a driver from their academy, stick with us, ever since they entered F1 as a team? Yes, it's true! They have never hired a driver from their academy, and a couple of weeks ago, the latest one from their academy signed with their fiercest rival, McLaren. Why do you think this is happening? Hey guys, and welcome back to F1 Fanbase, the YouTube circuit where you get a ride of daily news and unbiased updates regarding everything F1. In this video, we're going to tell you a bit more about Alpine and the issues that they have with their drivers, or that their drivers have with them. So stick around with us and don't go anywhere. The F1 caravan is currently in Singapore, and while we're in Singapore, we have a Fanbase fun fact for you that you probably didn't know. Did you know that Singapore is one of the hardest tracks when it comes to endurance? The humidity reaches around 70% during the night, which is why the drivers are losing extreme amounts of weight through sweating. Multiple drivers have pointed this out and said that they need extensive workouts prior to visiting Singapore. Now, back to the topic. Alpine is currently chasing a replacement for the vacant seat that Alonso left, and although Gasly would be a perfect solution for that seat, it goes without saying that they missed out on a great opportunity in Piastri. They invested in him through his F4, F3 and F2 championship winning days, and it was evident that they were preparing him for the senior seat in Alpine. However, they fumbled the bag really hard, as they used Piastri as a bargaining chip in trying to negotiate a deal with Alonso, who, although is 41 years old, is performing very nicely. Alpine wasn't really keen on putting Piastri as soon as possible in the senior team, and have promised him a spot in Williams in a deal that would have seen the British team using the Renault engines from 2024 and beyond. But Piastri knows better than to be satisfied with the Williams seat, and when it became evident that Alpine are being cold on that agreement too, he and his manager, Mark Webber, managed to negotiate a seat in McLaren, Alpine's fiercest rival for the P4 spot in the Constructors' Championship. When Alonso left for Aston Martin, Alpine thought, well, good luck to you, mate, we have Piastri. Guess what? They didn't have Piastri after all. Did you enjoy what you've been seeing so far? If yes, please give us a like and subscribe, because that way you'll be able to educate yourself more on F1 related content, and we'll be able to bring some top-notch content to you on a daily basis. Okay, back to Piastri we go. The Aussie went on Twitter right when he found out about Alpine's statement, publicly denying the offer.
No, I don't think I will.
The salt to the wound was that he signed a prenup deal with McLaren on the 4th of July, much earlier than these events transpired. But is Piastri the only guy that was part of Alpine's academy that will race in F1 from 2023 and beyond? The answer is no. Zhou from Alfa Romeo was part of Alpine's academy until 2021, and when the team had no intention of bringing him to F1, he decided to cut ties and find a seat somewhere else, in a team that's not affiliated with Alpine. When talking about this matter, Zhou said that it was a hard decision at that time, but now it's obvious that he did the right choice, as we see how good he is in an underperforming Alfa Romeo. Wow, Alpine and their youngsters, huh? Do you know those commercials that say, but wait, there's more to it? Yeah, it's the same narrative here. Alpine isn't done messing up their own academy drivers. They currently have a junior driver in F2, Jack Doohan, who's looking forward to making a debut in F1 from 2023 and beyond. He was part of the Alpine test that took place in Hungaroring, but do you want to know what the team said regarding his signing? They said that they'd rather sign a driver of full experience, rather than let someone else from their academy grow in their senior team. I mean, you have these young drivers, eager to prove themselves, and you're negotiating deals with Williams, or not even letting them drive for Alpine, now that they have the chance? What is wrong with you? Laurent Rossi, the CEO of Alpine, said that after the Piastri fiasco, he's likely to shut down the Alpine Academy since he doesn't see any benefits out of it. Imagine what would have happened to Alpine if they were able to give their junior drivers a full-time job as drivers in Alpine's senior team. The team doesn't have affiliated teams on the grid such as Red Bull and AlphaTauri and Mercedes and Williams. Therefore, they don't have the luxury of sending another driver to an affiliated team. And although we do respect their efforts to do so with Piastri and Williams, it seems like their efforts weren't strong enough. With that being said, it's evident that Alpine does not trust its academy drivers enough to put them in the senior seat, and we're not exactly sure how this turns out to be a good outcome for the team. What do you think about the situation? Let us know in the comments below. Also, want to know what Piastri said about Ricciardo? Click on the video that pops up on the bottom left of your screen right now.